Okay, you guys, so I'm going to tell you the secret sauce. How do people get rich in real estate? What is the most likely path for you to get started in real estate making money? Well, it depends on what you want, right? If you want faster money with less risk, you can do wholesaling, but that is a job, right? You need to get the leads, you need to find an investor, you take the difference, and you have to do that on repeat forever because it's just a job. You're a marketer is what you are. You're a marketer of equitable interest in contracts, and you're gonna have to repeat that process forever. Number two, you can become a real estate flipper, which is you buy a deal on market or off market from a wholesaler maybe, and you take all the risk, right? You get the hard money loan or the private money loan, you use your own money, you coordinate the contractors, you do the work yourself, you do the design choices, you buy the property, you sell the property, hopefully for a profit, right? Big risk, bigger rewards, but again, still a job, right? Like you still, like if you're a contractor and you're really good at that stuff, awesome. But it's still a job, right? Like you still have to fix the things, you have to take the risk. What happens if it doesn't sell? You know, whatever. And then let's say you do make $50,000, $100,000. Amazing. You have to go do it again. So again, it's kind of a job. So it depends what you want, right? If you're okay with one of those two things, do that. Me personally, I want reoccurring income forever. So I decided to go the route of a landlord. But yes, I wholesale, yes, I flip, and I'm also a landlord. So the reason why I chose landlord is because I think it's probably the best return for the lowest risk. Yes, you have to deal with tenants and toilets, you have to fix things up, you have to get a loan, you have to buy right, you have to make sure it cash flows. But if you do everything right, it's almost set it and forget it, right? You get good tenants in there, it's a good remodel where everything's fixed. They'll leave you alone for the most part, right? There's no reason for them to harass you. So once you kind of get everything in place, it's set it and forget it. So what I will say, it is hard to do this though, right? So let me tell you the quickest and easiest way for you to buy a piece of real estate and rent it out. I would highly recommend, if you don't have a W-2 job, go get one. Because literally 30 days after you get once you get your first pay stub from a W-2 job, you are now eligible to go buy a house, which is crazy. That's like the hack, right? The hack is go to work for someone else, and the bank look at that as, ooh, that's a safe bet. He works for someone else. Right on. So the bank wants you to work for someone else, right? And there's probably a lot of reasons for that. Some of them are oppressive, right? Like, we don't want you to be your own business. We don't want you to be making millions of dollars. We want you to be a worker bee. The other part of it is it's probably a safer, right? They're risking their investors' money, so it's probably a safer bet for you to work for someone else. For all those people who say, Brandon, I do work for somebody else and I don't make enough money to qualify for a house, you got to do one of two things. You either have to go make more money, which I know sucks. I get it. You're working 70 hours a week already, so you need to make more money by doing another job or a job in the same industry that pays more. Typically, I encourage people to go into sales because you have unlimited upside potential with commission if you think that you would do well at that. If you think you'd do terrible and it would be the worst decision of your life, then don't do it. But here's the other thing. Here's the secret hack. This is why you follow me. Okay, come here. You can go buy a multi-family property, 2 units, 3 units, or 4 units, and go move into one of them, and the other units will help you qualify to buy it. So that's the secret, you guys, right? Like, I have 2 fourplexes, right? I couldn't qualify for those by myself, right? Like, that's a huge building, right? It's multiple units. Of course no bank would give me the money. That's like really, right? A fourplex, if you stripped it all down and made it into one house, it's like a mini mansion, right? Of course I can't get qualified for that. However, there's other people in those units paying rent. And the bank looks at that as a source of income. So you have your W-2 job over here where you're qualified, you work for someone else, you got decent credit, you were able to save up a down payment, which is important, 3 to 5%. Got to do that. If you can't save money, you shouldn't be in real estate. You got to figure out how to save money. Very, very important. But anyways, if you get all that taken care of, you have 1, 2, or maybe even 3 people, depending on what size of a building you buy, duplex, triplex, or fourplex. And they'll take a portion, 75% of that income that's coming for the rent, and they'll add it to your income because it's going to be your rent, right? Once you buy the building, they're going to be paying you because you're the owner. So that money is going to be counted towards your ability to buy the asset. So if you can't get a single family home, which I don't recommend doing right now anyways, unless you're going to do some type of co-living rent by the room situation, or short-term rental, which a lot of those are getting played out and being sold right now. But I would highly recommend that you go get a multifamily property. They will include that extra income as yours, which will help you qualify for the property. So that's really it, you guys. Like, to buy a piece of real estate, I recommend that you go buy a small multifamily property. The other rents will help you qualify, and it's really, I think, the best deal, right? It's the best deal. You get people helping you pay rent. It's a really good deal. You become an instant landlord, and you own property, and you have other people helping you pay it off. It's a no-lose situation unless you don't know how to get good renters, and then you have a whole nother set of problems. If you want another video about how to pick good renters, please let me know down below in the comments, and I'll try to make that for you guys. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.